If anybody out there is familiar with the video game Red Dead Redemption, there's a mission on the game where you run into a guy who is deemed or is referred to as a snake oil salesman. Uh, Being someone from the inner city, when I first heard that term, I had no idea, what that exactly meant. So, upon research, I found out that basically a snake oil salesman was someone who went from town to town selling the people of that town a false hope. And this applies to James Harden so accurately. It's amazing. I just saw recently today where the Houston Rockets were going to retire his jersey, and it's an all-time low for the organization. Why don't we retire Pete Chilcutt's number? Go back and get Otis Stewart. You know what I mean? Go get Otis Stewart. Go get Sleepy Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, Kelvin Cato. Like, you can't retire this guy's number. And it's amazing how people in the city of Houston will go to bat for this bomb. Look, my favorite football team is the Dallas Cowboys. And they had a quarterback here recently by the name of Tony Romo. Tony Romo and James Harden are the same guy. They're just in different sports. Great regular season, amazing numbers. Um, with what they do in the, if you hear my daughter crying in the background, hey, it's nothing I can do. Great regular season. When it comes down to the playoff, someone needs to, or someone has to be close by that knows CPR, because it's guaranteed these guys are going to choke. I don't want to hear about the 60-point performances in the regular season and how much he averaged and he didn't have anybody on the team. Like, I've seen James Harden fail multiple times. It even goes back to me personally. When I first knew James Harden wasn't the guy, it was when they were playing the Miami Heat in the finals, OKC versus Miami. James Harden, somehow, I can't recall if it was a steal or what it was, but he had the ball on the Thunder's end of the court. It was just him by himself. Breakaway fast break. He goes up for a layup and misses the layup. That's all I needed to see. I heard somebody say today, you don't have to drink water from the whole ocean. All you need is one glass to determine that it's salty. I made my analyzation, or I don't even know if that's a word, but I came to my conclusion about James Harden in that one play, and he never let me down. After signing with the Rockets, I don't have on hand the multiple playoff failures, but they're visible. All you have to do is Google them, go on YouTube. And this is no disrespect to James Harden, but I think the people of Houston have been yearning for a legitimate championship for so long that they'll take anything. I think they're enamored by the facial hair. Like, what is it? What is it? I know that the Rockets haven't won since '95. The Oilers just up and left and broke our heart. Uh, you got the Astros, and this is not me saying this. I know Houstonians may get pissed off when they hear this, but people outside of Houston question the legitimacy of the world championships that you guys have. I'm just telling you what I hear. I know a lot of you don't travel outside of 610, but it's a bigger world out there. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the only team that ever represented this city in a fashion that was suiting for the great people of Houston, they no longer exist. And I'm talking about the Comets. It's crazy, man, how people will go to bat for James Harden and he let us down year after year. If anybody should retire James Harden jersey, it probably should be Harlem Nights, ice cream castles, and those are strip clubs. We got to stop just accepting anything as Houstonians. This guy does not belong in the Raptors with Elijah Wan, Drexler, Rudy T. He doesn't belong up there. I'm sorry. We never even went to a championship. I remember one year the Rockets came back 3-1 on the Clippers. It was led by Josh Smith. And even the year we had a chance to beat the Warriors and go to the championship, they missed like 20 some threes in a row under his tutelage. So don't tell me and don't give me a layout of what he did in the regular season, because the playoffs are more important than the regular season when it comes to championships. He's not a champion. He's on his 19 in 4 years. I mean, I'm being facetious, but you know, great players don't bounce around like that. We gotta stop, man. James Harden does not deserve to have his jersey retired in the Raptors where the Rockets play.